毎度タイトな all weekdays またも朝から猛ダッシュと競争楽しそう意外と命がけ願いましてはそうライフスタイル祈りを込めて修練しただけど無残役悪さ割り切れないことだらけ
Out in public to buy porn. That's like, come on. Never. That wouldn't happen.
Yeah. In the wee old age of 2004.
The old age of 2004, yep.
Right. The distance past of almost 20 years ago.
Dude.
Yeah. When it was super hard to have a computer to play games.
It hurt me physically when it's like, why don't you buy a PC? They're not very expensive. And I'm just like, I wish that was still true. I wish that was true. Now it's like, you want a PC? Well, shit, son. You're gonna get out. You're gonna have to pay at least a couple months worth of fucking wages for that thing.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I suppose you could get like a Chromebook, but why not just get a tablet at that point?
Pretty much. Nah, if you want a PC now, you gotta get a proper PC. You gotta get a PC that's gonna last you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, shit, my Alienware I got in 2015 now. So
Alienware.
Come on, it's served me very well. It only
sure.
like temporarily freezes every about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, you know.
That's good.
And
enough.
the fact that
exactly,
and the fact
that's
that
good enough.
And the fact that it's overpriced because it's Alienware, you know how it is.
No, I got it a good deal in Canada. Come on.
I'm sure you did.
I paid all of the loony and toonies.
Sure. Yeah. I only recently learned what that is, and I'm shocked and appalled.
What Alienware is?
No, loonies and toonies. I've fucking God.
I use Canadian currency as ball markers in golf.
Yeah, I mean, true, because you're so rich. So
I'm so rich, I use actual money.
So fucking rich. When are they going to go up and interview you and ask if you're going to buy a new car with all the prize money you get for casually golfing?
Yeah, I'm so rich I can afford guacamole at a Chipotle. Victor Hovland, the Norwegian hero of being rich.
Comes up, if somebody ever does come up to interview you, just remember you got to be like, oh no, I'm just an undiscovered talent. Like I'm probably like way better than Hovland ever will be, but I'm not here to brag about myself or anything, and I'm way richer than him too, of course.
Yeah, I'm so rich I don't even need to play golf to make that money. Fucking $33 million or some shit in like 4 days. It's like, come on. Good God.
Are you going to buy anything? A new car or anything? Like, brother, I just want to go home and chill.
I just want to go back to my bergs in Norway that I own.
I just fucking love that people like that part of him, because it's so funny to me, because it's just like, man, he's so genuine, and I'm just like, yeah. Like,
it's because he's so rich, he already owns everything.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's like, what do you expect? It's like, this is just kind of it. It's like, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna Are you gonna go and spend a lot of money and buy a lot of shit that gives you even more attention? It's like, brother, I just want to relax. I've had enough attention for a bit. Let me fucking take a week off.
Oh God!
It's like, man. I can't believe people are celebrating just wanting to fucking disconnect for a little bit. I figured that was pretty normal.
All right, so I hit the record button a little while ago. Or bullshitting.
Well,
okay, I guess
in there.
Oh, I guess I'll just start recording then.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, sure, perfect.
Yeah, do it.
I guess I won't record because fuck that.
Nah. Just in case. Hit it now.
Recording?
Yes, okay.
You want me to record myself? What are you going to use this for, huh? Like what?
I'm going to
blackmail? Is that it?
No, I'm going to throw our opinions out on the internet, in which people will then message us saying our opinions mean nothing. The worst opinions in the anime scope. Yeah.
Have anybody said that?
Ah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Who said that? Give me their ad.
There's a Reddit post over us recently. You didn't see that?
No way.
Well, I guess
No.
going on Reddit's not the it's the worst. Not the worst idea. To
I
just
do
stay
go
away
on
from
Reddit, but like, where was the where was that Reddit post?
I just randomly like searched for the podcast to see what platform, because Stitcher went down, right? So I was like, okay, what platforms are we still on? Because I haven't kind of looked into that in quite some time. And then I see like this Reddit post from like 3 weeks ago. And it's
okay,
like
they're complaining about you. I got it.
well, it's like 10 people just messaging back and forth on this Reddit post about how our opinions are destroying anime fandom, and we're worthless people kind of deal. That, you know, the usual thing when people disagree with you or they feel offended because you disagree with their favorite show or some shit.
Yeah, was probably one of the episodes. There's like, oh man, my life is crumbling in front of me, so I guess we're gonna do a quick shot because I need to save the rest of the sandcastle.
I wish I knew what episode it pertained to that triggered them off. It would be funny if it was the porn episode.
Oh, I hope so.
I really hope it's the La Blue Girl episode that set them off. I can't believe they have that opinion over the porn. The tentacles were so on point.
What? That was a good one.
Let's go for
I like that episode. That was fun to do.
Well, I wasn't there, but man, Blue Glover is just excellent. Everyone should watch it.
Everyone should watch it, definitely. Good.
And go out in public and buy
it. You know what? I was gonna say so. I'm just not gonna say it.
It is funny how it's funny to me how we've gone from Sukiban Deka, then porn, and then essentially three straight kind of down to life, down to earth people hanging out anime shows.
So what you're saying is we need more porn. Got it.
You know what? You read my mind. You read right through the context, the subtle context I was laying out there.
What's a good porn delinquent anime? A good porn delinquent hentai.
Does that exist?
It does. I don't want to mention.
Okay. No, this is like Hickey would fit perfectly into Genshiken. Almost like Genshin. He would not fit perfectly into Genshin.
Well, okay, so the first Google result comes up for Pornhub naturally, and it says hentai delinquent porn. So I'm going to click on this.
Oh yeah. You are nice, brave.
Just live, just
brave man.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like he's streaming himself.
Right, that would be a problem. That'd be weird. Okay, so
no one told me I couldn't show porn on stream.
So the number one result, 87% thumbs up, 3.4 million views. Hentai anime. His girlfriend cannot forget the big dick of the delinquent at school. English subtitles.
That's Netorare. That's not delinquent girls.
Hickey, you know the exact name of this thing?
No, it's the genre. It's Netorare.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he knows what it is.
All right.
He's seen it before.
The expert has chimed in.
I know. I have no. I don't like.
Oh yeah, no. You know, I'm sorry. He's familiar with the source material. Sorry, I forgot. Okay. You only care about the originals after all.
Yes. The animation kind of loses the magic of the paper.
Yeah. Once it starts getting animated, it's just like, this wasn't what I imagined.
Yeah. Especially early, 2000s hentai is not that well animated.
You don't say.
What? What are you talking about? Of course it's great.
Well, speaking of improved animation,
not well animated. But...
No. I gotta bring this up because we were talking about One Piece last time, Hickey.
Yeah,
you remember?
I'm so glad I wasn't there.
I do. That was very fun. That was a very fun talk.
It was actually a good topic. Well, I've been binge watching quite a bit to catch up on One Piece to get to that point, and there's been a real stylistic and animation change in the last couple years, which is very noticeable.
Mhm.
It's a lot better, a lot more improved. Just motions and fight scenes, love it. And then a lot of people are commenting on the live action that's now on Netflix.
Yeah, I heard people said that it's surprisingly good.
Right, of all
Yeah,
things, Cowboy
same.
Bebop, everyone hates it. Death Note, fuck off. One Piece, oh my god, this is so well done.
I mean, I can't comment on it because I don't know anything about it. But like, I mean, if they're fucking like, if they're actually able to deliver it, I mean, I could see them doing a decent job with it. I don't expect them to.
Genshiken was an amazing live action.
Yeah, but Rurouni Kenshin is easier. Rurouni Kenshin is.
I think that's been the best so far.
Not One Piece.
The French adaptation of
City Hunter?
City Hunter is really good.
All right.
Yeah, but that's City Hunter.
So, yeah.
City Hunter is just silly.
Wow.
Yeah, if they can deliver. It seems like the main actor, Luffy's actor, really likes One Piece as well, so he probably...
Wait, hold on. Are you trying to tell me that hiring people for the roles that actually like the source material is a good thing? What?
I'm not saying, I'm implying. I cannot say it.
No. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. There's one thing. If there's one thing I've learned about Hollywood, it's that you cannot have people act on shows or movies that like the source material. That's unheard of. They're impossible to work with.
Are you sure you're not just saying you're I had the joke there. It's like anti. What's that? Was it SAG? No. What's the organization that's like preventing all the people from working right now, or some shit? What is it? Clearly, I'm the expert on the subject matter right now.
Yeah. Obviously, we know so much about the going on of Hollywood and whatnot. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I don't know what they are.
The writer's strike thing is.
Yeah, it has something to do with the writer's strike, and then how they want to prevent sound design from being less authentic and those kinds of things. I don't know, some nonsense.
It has to do with AI involvement.
And AIs.
It's not just. It's not going to be just movies and script writers and whatnot either anymore. Like now, the video games are starting to get involved with this as well because video game developers can also be replaced by AI.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I get it. It sucks, but. I mean, listen, we're living in an age of shitty games at the moment. There are good games that came out.
Whoa, age of shitty games. Fucking Armored Core 6 came out, man.
I know, and I'm glad people like it. It's not for me, but that is what it is. I started playing Baldur's Gate 3. That game's fun.
See, but that's a good one.
Yeah, there are good games, but I'm talking about like in general. I feel like there are so many games that just. At the end of the day, the most important thing for a game is that it's a good time and fun to play. Having great stories and all that's all well and good, and it's definitely something you should strive for in a single-player experience. But at the end of the day, you still want people to enjoy their time playing it. But that is something that has been mostly thrown out the window by a lot of people now because, fuck it, why make something fun when you can make it realistic?
I see what you mean. I don't know, man. I was playing Armored Core late into the night last night, and it's the kind of game where I like the originals, and when I'm playing it, it's like what I imagined as a kid what the what the game would be in. Well, at the time, it was like, in 5 years, this thing's going to be so realistic, and now it's just it's really taking it up a notch. It's weird. I got a heavy sense of nostalgia playing it, even though it's a brand new game.
I really like all the design. I really like seeing the different design mechs and whatnot. Just like I'm seeing, I still remember, like, was it in the other Discord? Somebody posted like a video clip. Like, I don't remember the name of the show, but you remember this like old mech cartoon that used to air, but let's fucking do it in New Jersey, and how his car transforms into a mech.
Yeah,
I don't remember the name of that show. That thing.
RX,
somebody
RX something. Yeah, I remember that.
somebody fucking remade. Somebody remade that mech in our fucking record. I was like, okay, that's nice. That's neat. That gave me an unexpected sense of fucking nostalgia. I'd completely forgotten about that show.
Oh man. Yeah, so Armored Core 6 is it's quite my shit right now. It's I'm not quite finished with Pikmin 4, but I'll get there.
Damn it. Why so slow?
Well, okay, so I technically beat the mainline story of the game, but there's so much post-game to it, it's like another 2 games. It's quite insane. So I've kind of...
games?
Yeah, it's like... I definitely got my money's worth out of Pikmin 4, that's for sure. No doubt about it.
It's not 2 hours long. 2 hours long. It's 6 hours.
I think I got like over 20 hours into that before I even got to this extra content.
God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
So
Did
all
you,
these,
did
I got
you
all these
save
games
every
just on
single?
hold.
Did you go no death run?
Of course not. Although I only died, I think, twice.
I'm talking about the little Pikmins, not you.
Oh, not me myself. Okay. No, definitely not.
No.
JD, we all know JD. He's the type of guy who would literally be like, yeah, most of them are going to survive. It's okay.
Yeah.
Most
like
of
I
them?
can get them back pretty easy. I'm not worried.
Most of them are going to survive. It's all right. Listen, we're all about the greater good here. You know, like if 51% of them survive, that's good enough.
Exactly.
Good point.
Yeah. Oh, I
and
would.
if 49% of them, and if 49% of them survive, then we can still make do.
I mean, I would
It's
definitely
okay.
go into areas with just 100 red Pikmin and just and just chuck them and with no regard for life. Anyways, so we're talking about Genshiken today. That's what we're doing.
Wait,
I
we
guess.
are?
Well, you know what?
Shit.
I guess
this is
talking.
the anime podcast.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you know what? I guess talking about random nerd shit is exactly what Genshiken is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's literally what this podcast is half the time. It's just Genshiken, the anime podcast.
It's just talking about random nerd shit like sports and hold
Hold on.
Man,
Golf, bowling.
sport-
Wait, no, those
sport
pickleball. Pickleball's for nerds,
Still
right?
Didn't qualify. My team qualified for the semifinals of the Libertadores. I'm happy. Like qualifying to the semifinals of the Champions.
My team failed to make it into Europe. We lost to AC. Fuck.
Oh man, I hope we get to the finals. Holy shit! It's been 15 years we've never won this. It's gonna be fun times. Also, technically, the World Cup starts again next week because we have the qualifiers.
Yay.
Yeah, is Brazil going to make it this year?
qualifiers.
Nah, Brazil won't qualify. They're not
Probably.
good enough. Nah, never. They're in such a hard. They're in such
yeah,
hard
just
fought for places
Well,
now.
Argentina just has to pay for an entry fee, and then Messi will win them a cup. So Brazil
True.
just has to do that.
Yeah, but like, who will actually drag them to a win? They don't have it. They don't have their own Messi.
Mecca
That is true.
Ronaldo. How about that?
Man, that would be.
Hmm.
Can you do that? Do you think that's a rule against?
I do think it has to be.
players.
I do think there is, yes, because I think that would just fall under doping if you're like, I replaced my legs with mechanical legs that runs way faster than any human. It's like, I feel like that somehow falls in under doping. I don't know.
A doping charge for mechanical legs.
He is caught doping. What did he do? He chopped off his own legs and replaced them with robot legs. Ew.
Man,
That's a bit extreme.
It's extreme doping in Brazil.
Do you think nano machines fall into doping?
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
I'm sure if they can catch them, but like, would they? Do they even test for that? Do they even fucking check for nanomachines?
No, not yet. I think.
I don't feel like that's like a common anti-doping. It's like, all right, we're testing it for these substances. We're testing it for these substances. We're checking it here for nanomachines, and then we. I feel like we're not there yet, but maybe they should be. Who knows?
Maybe not.
Honestly, but we all know that if there's
Doping
anywhere
is
they
just
should.
prohibited substances. Oh, there's prohibited methods as well.
Yeah, because like there was a lot of controversy around blood washing. There was a lot of athletes that would do blood washing, like which basically is you take your blood out, you put it in like a washing thing, you clean it up properly, and then you re-inject it. That is also doping.
I see.
Are you still gonna kill me?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the new soundboard technology?
I know there's a soundboard here, but I wasn't expecting it.
I just figured I had to put something random in there. Hickey and I were fucking with it in the last podcast episode.
Yeah, we just randomly stumbled upon it. It's like, but there's a duck sound. But there's a stock duck sound.
Yeah, stock duck sound. You ready, Tori? You ready?
Sure. Damn. Damn. That is definitely duck. For a second, I thought I was like, wait, hold on. Have you made it so that we can hear the fucking like shit you put in? No? I was like, nah, soundboard. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, nah. I mean, the soundboard's been out for a while now.
Yeah, I just haven't noticed it until a few weeks ago. So
don't you read the updates when you update Discord? Damn,
I do not. Yeah.
I can't
read the
believe
mobile one, but I don't read the.
Yeah, terms and conditions starting Armored Core 6. I just went, continue. Go for it. Take my data.
Sure.
I mean, yeah. I'm not going to read. I mean, like, I have tried to read those things before, and you get through like 5 or 6 paragraphs, and then you realize that literally all of these paragraphs has literally just stated the same thing over and over and over and over, and they're still not getting to the point. It's like, I'm not reading this.
It's like what I do for a living. So I've read multiple of them. I know exactly what is written there. The best part of them is like when you have special rules, like for California people only. And then there's just like a bunch of dumb shit.
For California people only. You can read more about that on page 289.
Wacky.
Well, guys, shall we talk about this show called Genshiken now?
Fine.
Yeah, Genshiken.
All right, we're 21 minutes in. I'm going to play one drop, and then I'm going to try something else here, so bear with me. I got the Gundam warning sound up there for a second. Not as for a while I was looking for the do, but anyways. Genshiken. Yeah, very nerdy, I know.
The school chime? No, was that a school chime? We're looking for a school chime?
No. What, is that the school chime though? Is that a remixed school chime?
The announcement?
Right.
Chime?
Am I nuts here? Am I crazy? I might be crazy.
There is one, but I mean, it didn't sound right, but like that's. Right. I don't know if that's because you just didn't do it right, or
it was probably because my impression was so good that copyright strikes are going to happen now. Yeah, and you just didn't want to admit my greatness.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure, dude.
It also happens when I often sing. Amazon listens in. Yeah, when I often sing, and Amazon listens in. Can you do it? I can't do it. We'll just get copyright striked. Whatever song it is.
No, that's true. Yeah. No. You know, I agree. Listen, here's what we're going to do instead. And one day we're going to do a special episode of this podcast. We're all going to meet up and we're going to do karaoke and we'll record it. Don't worry, JD. We got you.
Yeah, but you see, I'm already so rich. I don't need to get signed by a label too.
No, but you're not going to get signed.
Full.
We're going to listen. We're going to record it so that we can all hear what we sound like when we're singing, and then
we're
definitely not going to accidentally lose the recordings of me and Hickey, and there's only going to be you left. That'll definitely not happen.
Yeah. I mean, I already sent sabotage. The recording of me singing be out there because I sound like dead inside anyway.
Hickey finally hearing his own voice in a clip when I was streaming, and it's like, wait, that's what I sound like.
Why do we sound so dead?
That's what happens when half of you are dead inside after watching anime for your life.
But in my head, it doesn't sound like that.
Well, your head is wrong.
I'm expressing myself full of emotions and intonation, and then the clip's like, Oh man, that was so scary. Oh, that kind of shit myself. Oh. Like,
He
man,
sounds so
where's-
fucking
where's
sarcastic the
Mosh?
entire time.
Why? That's
All right.
not. Why am I so stoic? What happened?
Okay, Genshiken, here we go. The 13th highest rated anime of 2004. Can't wait. Let's review. Sashura
Oh, damn.
Kanji is a college freshman who decides to join a student society to share his hidden thoughts on manga, anime, and gaming. Already have a lot in common with this guy. When he first visited Genshiken, short for Gendai Shikaku Bunka Kenkyokai, Society of the Study of Modern Visual Culture, his gladness pride was destroyed by the plotting of Madarame, a sophomore student of Genshiken, but he still couldn't admit that he is an otaku. You know, that's where our lives went downhill, guys, when we admitted such things.
I still haven't admitted it, actually.
Oh, your life's not rock bottom yet, then. However,
No, it is, but like it's unrelated to that.
however, as he participates in society activities, such as visiting dojin, private publishing shops, and anime festivals, and hangs out with other society members, Kosaka, a hardcore otaku despite his extreme eccentricities. Oh, I got that out. And good looks. Kosaka's girlfriend, Kasuga Saki, who isn't really an otaku, Ono, a cosplayer, and others. He opens his mind and resolves that he will make his way into the otaku world. With their help, Sasahara slowly adjusts to otaku life in Genshiken. There you go. That's
Yeah.
exactly what the show is.
Yeah.
Studio
Entry for the
Palm
quote.
Studio. What else they make? Came out
Palm
fall
Studio.
2004, directed by Takashi
I'm-
Ikehata. What else did he do?
I'm sure it's-
Spy Classroom. Well, assistant director for Spy Classroom, I guess.
Let's see. The studio has also
assistant
done...
director for Tsukigakire, assistant director for Island. My man is an assistant director.
Okay.
Yeah.
The studio has not done much. They've done Genshiken 2, Bartender, and other shows you haven't heard of.
Mm.
Yeah. So, winning combinations here. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, did you guys, after watching this, think, man, I gotta go to dojin facilities, make my own dojin, wait in thousands
I
of
need
lines,
to
and buy...
touch grass.
Yeah, you gotta...
one?
No,
Yes.
no, you don't gotta touch grass. You gotta buy more porn. That's what you
Yeah,
need to do.
I mean, we already know Hickey wants to go to Comic-Con, so that, you know, he's already halfway
Yeah.
there. But
Right.
I do follow comic every single comic.
I know you do. I know you do. Now, like, I mean, the comic episode had me basically reconfirming my own feelings about that, which is like, I can never see myself going to such a place. Not because of like, oh, it's where you go to buy porn. I hate lining up. Fuck that.
Yeah, even if
I
this
have
is-
no intention of standing in queue fucking
this
all
show
day.
is kind of outdated over
No way.
culture.
What?
But
A show
was
from
outdated.
2004?
Yeah, it was outdated when
What
it
do you
was
mean it's
done in
outdated?
2004 because the manga starts in 2002, and from 2002 to 2004, kind of a lot of things changed. But culture itself changes not so fast, and this one has kind of one of the best descriptions of otaku culture in early 2000s. You have Otaku no Video, which is like 90s, 2000s as well. But Otaku no Video is more
Making
comedic.
fun of everything? Yeah.
Yeah, more parody. This one is also comedic, but it has a more serious vibe to it. Because it tries to play itself serious because they're like, oh, we're studying modern visual culture in anime and games and whatnot. And a lot of people kind of do that for real. So, and also you have a non-otaku in the group, which is Saki. So like, oh yeah, let's go to Comic-Con. It's like 5. Well, it starts also with Sasahara because even though he's an otaku, he didn't frequent the otaku places, and he didn't buy anything. So he's kind of new to the whole otaku thing.
Yeah, he has an interest,
he's
but he
like-
hasn't let himself go yet.
Yeah, and then you learn. They briefly explain that even though everyone is an otaku is not someone who likes anime per se.
Right.
It's just someone who is really into something.
Yeah,
So,
you got people
you know,
who are into like gunpla, cosplaying, just
cosplay, the
Porn.
which is the
porn.
guy with the glasses.
Really into porn.
The guy. They briefly touches that Madarame is a military otaku, although they
you specified
never
that
show
one.
that.
Literally never showed. Yeah, that came out of nowhere. It was like military otaku. I did like when they were talking about like the fucking when they dropped like no one in here is nobody in here is a fucking spy otaku. And then immediately after that, we had a fucking old champion of the fucking group there. It's like, yes, no one's into spying.
No way.
Nobody, definitely not. By the way, don't use the first and second toilet on the second floor.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh, it's just a joke.
It's like Nitori just going, oh, by the way, don't worry about that light in your bedroom. Don't worry about that. Nothing I did. I had
all
nothing
this
to do with it.
information. How do you get all this information? Oh, I've heard it around.
That was just a guess.
Yeah, no, but I like that though. It's like the fact that they just play that off as a joke. It's like, there's no spy otaku in this place, and then it's like, I don't know. There seems to be one. It just doesn't look like anybody's figured it out yet.
Well, it has a more, I guess, grounded representation of some of these places. It's like, it's not all roses that you often see when it comes down to otaku culture. There's like, yeah, let's go to Komike and everyone is happy. And yeah, let's go to a doujin shop and everyone is happy. It's not expensive at all.
It's a fucking sweaty mess of a grind. And you have to be super dedicated.
Be there early and be like, well, we need a plan, an action plan. Go to the corporate booths and then the more popular stuff, let's just forget about it. We can buy after in specialized shops. Nowadays you can buy over the internet and you can even import to your country, but remember the regulations of your country so you don't get arrested, because that would be very embarrassed. Didn't happen to me. To me.
Never.
Yet,
yes. But I'm very cautious with my own country laws. I'm like, I know the laws, especially the porn importation ban that actually exists, but it's not enforced. But it can be, so I might as well not.
That would be very embarrassing if a lawyer didn't know the law stuff.
I'm
a lawyer, but I gotta really look up these laws,
You have no idea how many don't know and don't know shit. But and then like prices as well. It's like, man, this is extremely expensive, and they go like, oh, Madaravi can buy everything because he's cheaping out on his living fees.
My man is literally doing the fucking like, it's okay. I just have to skip a couple meals now for the next 3 weeks. Like no dinner, no breakfast. Only sometimes we have a snack. That's fine. I'll live. I mean, it fits his personality as well. Not even just his personality, but his body type. Motherfucker. I was like, dude, that guy is so thin. And then you hear about that, and it's like, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why.
He is dedicated, and yeah, I also like the one.
I don't know, man. When I was a broke when I was a broke college student, it's like, hey, I could buy this new video game or go out with to the football game or something for Hanover, knowing they'd lose, of course. And then I have to go, you know what? I kind of like eating, at least once a day. So, no, I can't afford to go, guys.
Nah, fuck that. But yeah, I like the first like comic episode as well, when he's super excited about it, and then he ends up tripping and falling and spraining his hand. I love that as well, because of the whole like framing of it, because it's like it's one of the typicals like, man, you hear about this a lot. Like, this is not at all surprising. But it's kind of weird when it happens to someone and I'm just like, yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, people get trampled trying to get... I mean, shit, it's like Black Friday in America. People get trampled just walking into a Best Buy.
I know,
Yeah,
but it's just
after-
like
after
it's just
COVID,
Gotta get
it's
that
not
TV.
like that
it's
anymore.
10% off. Ah.
yeah.
After
Well,
COVID,
I mean, Black Friday.
you don't have
it is.
this sprint anymore. The nerd sprite, first train, everyone running to get to the line. You still get people camping, but they're trying to it's kind of illegal now, like turbo illegal. It was illegal before, but now they try to enforce.
They touched on that in the show as well, where it's like, isn't that technically against the rules? It's like, yeah, technically.
Yeah, but now like people are fucking stealth camping around Comic King.
Stealth camping.
I'm just picturing somebody fucking like they spent a week in a bush with like fucking full camo on.
I mean, military otakus, right?
Yeah.
But it's way common nowadays in the 20s. Shit will definitely calm down. Except, when there's a very, very popular manga and the author needs to be evacuated from the building and stand outside because the line is too big. Yeah, they briefly. It's unfortunate they don't go a lot in specifics because they also need to progress the plot and have a little bit of spotlight to everything. But they do touch a lot in many aspects of the culture in Japan, the cultural branch in Japan.
I think we
When
should be more
Sasahara
judgmental
sister
on how these
also
people run their
be-
lives. We should definitely do that.
Nah, it's okay.
Why,
Like
what
people
do
that
you
play-
want to know about them? They're just regular people.
Regular people
Mind
with
your own business.
life with life destroying hobbies, like pickleball players.
Don't we all?
Meanwhile, we're sitting here recording an anime podcast. How many deep? What are we? 154. Oh my god.
Damn, dude.
I mean, this is
Damn.
not destroying my life. Not yet.
It's
hasn't
destroying
yet, no.
mine.
On a side note,
Uh,
I sent you guys that post of the women's wrestling show starting out in New York, and it's called Sukebon.
Yep. I saw it.
Yeah.
I need to know your thoughts on the podcast, live on air.
Someone needs to have a fucking a yo-yo as a weapon. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I like the
That's
I
a
like
throw if
the-
they don't.
That's very appropriate.
What
Yeah.
the stables are they called? The stables names are nice.
Right?
Dangerous liaison.
Yeah. Yeah, and they look like chic French people. Yeah.
It's like, I remember the fad of Japanese delinquents dressing like Renaissance French people, going on beating the shit out of everyone.
Right?
Cherry
Yeah, it's,
Bomber Girls is also nice.
yeah, they have animation to it, and the rumor is Crunchyroll is funding this thing.
Of course.
Yeah,
Crunchyroll
it's
Crunchyroll
quite
funds a bunch of dumb shit.
right, but
I'm
it's
sorry,
quite
I
funny.
really
To me.
like
It's quite
wrestling,
funny to
but I
me
think
how.
this is-
So I actually did two types of sources here between the anime side of fandom and the wrestling side, and the wrestling side is like totally in the dark to all this, but the anime side seems to have a little bit more information about like people behind it and who's directly involved and the possible funding and distribution of it all. While the wrestling is like, nope, these wrestlers are involved, but we only knew a few of them because it was outright stated. It's this is like two sorts of Genshiken hobbies kind of coming together, and it's weirdly into it. Why wouldn't I be into it?
Well, let's see how
Fucking wrestling with
Aku.
man.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting
Goddamn.
that they chose the East Coast instead of the West Coast.
so I thought that too because LA generally the LA area generally has a larger fan base for that. But hey, the New York show sold out within. They said 2 hours. I was on there within an hour of the tickets going on sale, and they were sold out like immediately. And there's just been so little information on it that whatever it is they're doing, it's worked out of the gate. What that means long term, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, when anime and
They didn't go
joshi
into
wrestling
wrestling in
combines,
Genshiken. Did they do it in
No.
Genshiken too? I don't think so.
a wrestling
Nope.
otaku.
Yeah, no, they didn't go into wrestling at all in
They don't touch
Genshiken.
that.
No, they had more of like the what do they call it, the fighting groups anime kind of deal. The what are they the Power Rangers thing? What do they call that?
No.
To-
You know what I'm talking about?
Tokusatsu.
Yeah, Tokusatsu. Wasn't there one of those otakus in the show? Or am I just kind of Mandela affecting myself right here?
I think you're Medela. I don't
Not
remember
in
a
the first
Tokusatsu. Yeah, not in the first season. The closest thing we've gotten to anyone fighting is goddamn Cascaba just punching people.
Well, yeah.
And
Oh, you know what?
fighting, of course.
I might be mixing up another show where there was one that likes like Big Japan Wrestling, like randomly in the show. I think that's a different anime.
I think so too. I don't know. I feel like I would have remembered that.
Yeah. I watched this show. Look, okay. How did you guys consume this show? Because I watched an episode or two at night before bed, and it was quite relaxing.
I watched one
like
episode. Yeah, I watched one episode, and then I watched the remaining 11 episodes yesterday and today.
Wow, that's some anime otaku shit move right there. Come on.
It sure is. Honestly, I kind of just forgot about it, to be honest. So I was like, I gotta keep up with that. And I was like, I know I kind of gotta binge it. But honestly, while I agree, I see where you come from watching like one episode at a time. I feel like that's a nice pace, right? It actually didn't bother me at all to binge this show. Like it's very episodic, so it's like it's fine. So it's like it's not like I ever felt like each episode became less interesting because of that. It's like it kind of just became like what are they going to talk about now? What are they doing this time? What's the main focus in this episode? So it's like, it's fine. It's not super exciting or anything like that, but it worked out. It worked out fine.
Thinking about on why to watch the show, especially review on the podcast where I'm talking to other people like they do in the show,
right.
And that takeaways that talking about your hobbies with people that and also enjoy your hobbies is kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Sasahara is looking for that at the beginning of the show. Each episode is episodic, yes, but it goes around a piece of the culture. And then in the rest of Genshiken, second season, then Genshiken Idaime, you get other parts where Sasahara, I can just spoil it, he, of course, needs to graduate. So he
the moment you said I could spoil it, I was like, so Sasahara dies.
Just this is not that show. He graduates and he goes like, you know what? I really enjoy my time in Genshiken, so I want to keep working with manga and anime and why not? And he tries to get a job in that industry. So you get another point, and then other things I won't spoil, but every single episode is about a part of the culture. And they can and you can visualize it because they can show you. The people involved into this are probably knees deep, 20 years. The author most likely as well, doing doujin for been selling on Comic, so he knows very well what is the deeps of hell of that place.
I'm just expecting him to fucking drawing like the fucking comic stuff, like especially the first time he's just like, man, that takes me back. I remember my first time.
Yeah, the comic, definitely the comic descriptions are the best. Like no one is smiling, no one is laughing. Like everyone is super serious. When you see the crowd shots, like everyone is just focused and like very concentrated. No one is joking around, just lying.
Man, they're laying out the plans. They gotta be focused.
Yeah. The only people in like laughing and making jokes is the main group, but everyone around them is super serious, super focused. And
then even the shots in Sours, like you just see a bunch of nerds, and then just the occasion, like, well, who the fuck are you? You don't belong here. That's like, then it's just the question: it's like, is this someone that was just unfortunately brought along, or like, are they actually otaku themselves?
Yeah, that goes a little bit into the cosplay competitions and clubs in Japan, university clubs, school clubs, doujin stores. Even Gunpla because like there's a little episode with the kids and so forth and so forth. Accumulation as well, a problem. Definitely a problem apparently in Japan, even to today, because the stories of people just accumulating trash and everything into their houses is kind of concerning. So you have a little bit of accumulation. They show their rooms and it's like full of trash and dojin and porn. And the same thing with the classroom. Different pieces of otakus. Not everyone is an anime otaku, even though Genshiken is not very good into showing that. There are better descriptions of such interactions in other pieces of media. But it's very interesting because every single episode is interesting. The story has not a lot of conflict. The only conflict you're going to see is kind of romantic conflict.
Mm-hmm.
That and the occasional like weird shit that happened, like, you know, accidentally setting fire to a bunch of old porn.
Yeah. And conflicts with third parties. The manga club, there's just a bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
The manga club, the school console, the university console. But internal conflict, there's not a lot. You have Madarame kind of falling in love with Saki, which is kind of weird.
I mean, that guy is weird, so. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, the closest you got to, like, a conflict between them is, like, after Kasukabe accidentally set fire to all the porn, and they were suspended, like, the little blame game that they did to her, that thing, and same thing with, like, Tanaka, when he got mad at her for not being very careful with the with the Gundam models. He was a little bit pissed off, to say the least. But yeah, no, I agree. There's not a lot of that, and I can sort of understand where they come from. As you said, like they're not very good at showing that they're like in different kinds of otaku. But I feel like that's also kind of because in order for it to make sense for them to be a club, I feel like they also need to have some sort of common middle ground, which in this case becomes the anime. Because they have their whatever the fuck little review meeting. Yeah.
Kichu Ambulance anime that is like really wacky.
But
it really Kujibiki Ambulance, which actually has a actual anime made of.
Mm.
So we could do that. We could just reveal.
Oh God.
So like, okay, this is the meeting number 285 to discuss this week episode of Kujibiki Ambulance.
They went from 285 to 1. Like, brother, what fucking meeting are we on?
They keep like rewatching the show.
I know, but it's like that was just fun. Like 285 is like there aren't 285 episodes. What are we on about? It's like don't stress it. And then suddenly there was like welcome to meeting 1. It's like wait a minute, that doesn't add up.
Talking about the director, talking about some stuff got cut off. Like they talk about Moe characters in the manga as well. It's like how the 9 is everything was kind of sharp. Then you start seeing this modification of everything. And like round faces, small frames of body, and so forth and so forth. Which was cut, I believe, but it's okay. Overall, it's like a very enjoyable show. Especially because if you're watching Genshiken, you're kind of interested in otaku culture.
You better be. If you're not, then goddamn, you're going to be bored.
Yeah, that's true. This is going to be a very boring show because the rest of the plot is not enough to carry it. The cultural notes definitely carry Genshiken kind of hard. It was one of the shows that when I started watching, I was like, you know what, this comic thing looks kind of fun.
No.
And then I kind of started.
No.
And then I started following like comic really close. Going to Japanese blogs and seeing how it is. Even Wonderfest. There's also OneFest that is for garage kits and figures, and why not? So I have good memories of it. It just explains a lot of things. Some things are timeless. Like again, having a good time with your friends, finding people who likes what you like, makes appreciate more like the friends that actually enjoy what I enjoy. Which
Nah, that shit's for nerds.
Friends you met along the way. Ugh.
The friends you met. What is this? One Piece?
Ugh.
One Piece.
All right.
In this case, I guess, yeah, it's a very fun show. Remember, you don't become an otaku. One day you just wake up and realize,
Right.
shit.
You wake up, realize it, admit it, and then
that.
then it's over.
I love that
Then it's
fucking
over.
explanation. It's just like, you don't really try to become an otaku. You just kind of are. And I'm just like, you know, I mean, I feel that because it's like, I mean, obviously, I know at what point I got interested in anime, but then it's like, damn, dude, it feels like if you are like more than like average interested in anime, it's like you can't just stop at that. Right, like obviously you can be like, if you are like somebody that just likes media in general, right? You can watch an anime because like, good story, whatever. You don't really give a shit about it. But like at that point, it's like it doesn't have to be anime. It could literally be anything. But like once you get that feeling where it's like you become like really into anime, then it's like it's not good enough to just sit there and be like, I'm gonna watch some anime now. It's like, nah, that shit doesn't satisfy you at all. It's like, okay, shit, I watched this. Do I know anybody that watched this?
Let's see. Let's see the director. Let's see what kind of. Then you start differentiating animators by keyframe style.
Oh.
It's like, and then directors for style as well. It's like, I see, like, or even studios going for studios, knowing that Gohan's is an absolutely piece of shit that should go bankrupt and shit. So like that.
Yep.
Then memorabilia and then culture.
Not for me.
It's
Never
like,
got into that. Woo! I'm saving my money. Let's go.
Same. I'm saving my money as well. It's true.
No, but like literally, like I'm so glad that like when it comes to like figures and shit like that, posters, all of that, I never got into any of that because I'm just like, I'm not willing to fucking. There's one thing about me, and that is that I'm incredibly stingy. So like I refuse.
I mean, I have some
so I cannot
figures.
buy this shit.
Yeah, I have some figures.
I also have them.
Yeah. Some.
But
I
it's
refuse to even get started. I refuse to get started. It's not happening. Like I'm stingy, but not with other people. I'm stingy with myself.
Right.
I will not buy myself shit. I refuse.
I
can go fuck myself.
Having hobbies.
I can go fuck myself. You don't deserve shit, you piece of shit. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, you're a little bit too hard on yourself. No,
nope, I'm not hard on myself.
If I want stuff, I need to import from Japan, and importing shit from Japan is absolutely a pain in the ass because I live really far south.
That's the way I used to look at things too. But I actually have a hobby, like a hobby store relatively close to me that I realized do the importing for me now. So I'm just like, no, don't you dare.
Just do it that way.
But you can go there and you can meet like-minded people. No.
Danger.
You think I want to meet otaku? You think I want to meet otaku? You're fucking crazy. Dude, I'm looking at that group. Fucking, oh my god. The episode with Madarame when he's alone with Kaskabe. I'm like sitting there and like, mostly because I get sort of relate, but I'm like, my man, you need to get out of your own head. That is so painful to watch.
Yeah.
It's fucking, he just wants to try to strike up a conversation, even though fucking Kaskabe doesn't give a shit and doesn't want to talk to him. And it's like, my man, fucking first things first, catch a hint. Get with the obvious hints and stop living inside of your own head.
It's kind of painful because Madarame cannot start a normal conversation. He can only be a otaku. It's like, shit.
I'm just sitting there. He's just like, I need to find like an opening. What can I say? And I'm just sitting there like, you could literally just ask her what she's reading. Like, brother, it's right there.
Way
it's
too
right in
difficult,
front of you. Yeah, but then he realizes, and he's like, I know what I can do. I can start making conversation the way I normally would, which is like, really big fan of this and the other works of the author. We have another manga with similar style, and like, that's really good too. And all that. You should check it out. I was like, that's not how you fucking start a combo. That's not it.
Or the timeless when you go outside and you're just doing things and you're being a normal person and you're just talking like technical stuff. It's like, oh, I'm talking about my job, and the person's like, do you like anime? It's like, man, do I smell like an otaku? And it's the same as the show. Like,
do.
The problem's like, is there something on smell? Is it my face? Like, and then you see in the show, there's like, oh, that guy's an otaku right there.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at them, it's like, I keep going back to the comic episode, but like fucking the episode where it's like, was it when they're walking around, and then you have like Kugayama just sits down in a corner, like just to fan himself from the heat, and it's just like, he sits down to like a bunch of people that all look like almost exactly like him. It's just like, goddamn, dude, this is his corner, I understand. Otaku doesn't have like a specific type. They don't look a specific way, and then you look at them like, okay, never mind. I'm just going to shut up. I'm going to shut up now.
All right, I'm ready to score this thing. I want a nice little 7 out of 10. Very enjoyable. Nothing bad, nothing great. Nice time.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Like, I enjoyed myself. Again, this is a hobby of mine, which has been for way too long. So it's like, it's fun watching. I also, rip my hair out at certain things, mostly because I've been there, done that, and I hate it. So, fuck that. Fuck this show for reminding me. But, Hello?
Hello?
Oh, JD can't hear us. All right. But yeah, the fact that it just keeps reminding me of stuff that, like, I've been there and done that myself is like, fuck you, show. I don't like you for that. I wish it didn't. But yeah, in general, it's a fun show. It's an interest I have. I give it a 7 out of 10 too.
Yeah, I'll go with a 7 as well. It is highly enjoyable. It's one of my favorite shows about otaku culture.
Yeah, that just kept going. I ignored you. I just kept going.
Yeah, I give it a 7 as well.
Exactly.
The show is one of my favorite. I remember watching it the first time and being like, oh, so this is how the shit works in Japan. Oh, they have this kind of shit. It's like, oh, that's a lot of porn. Goddamn. I think they mentioned porn every single episode of the show.
I think they did.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on.
Not everyone goes to Comic Kit to buy porn, but that's what you are going there for, right? Yeah.
We not everyone goes there to buy porn. You need to go to a specific day. Which they did, so they kind of ignored the day with the actual the actual nice stuff. Oh.
They don't care about that, they just want the porn. The fucking
you can buy the same thing.
The explanation for fucking the winter break when it's like, what do you think we're gonna do during winter? There's nothing. We can only get so bored. So all we're gonna do, we're gonna spend winter break doing nothing but yeah. It's like, why are you like this?
Board games so much, why don't you buy a PC? It's like, oh man, why did I think about it? It's the reason why I learned Japanese. Yeah, it's definitely great. It's one of, out of the culture nodes, it's definitely one of the best anime. It cannot, I don't think it gets better than this. Otaku no Video is really good, but it's more like the funny things.
Right.
The rest is
as well.
like, the rest is way too happy-go-lucky, and it doesn't really encapsulate a lot of culture modes. Like difficulty of interacting with other people. Like they have a lot of difficulty. Madarame shows that because we can hear what he's thinking about with that Cascabe episode, but everyone is kind of the same. Whenever there's something it is conflicting, they just shy away because they don't know how to interact with people.
Yep.
Comic is just hell. Have fun, but it's like really it shows that they have fun because they're but it's not have at all. Summer Comic, Winter Comic, and then how repeatable and mindless the hobby becomes. Buy doujinshi, go home, doesn't take trash out, doesn't do anything. Go to Comic, buy doujinshi, go to Comic, buy doujinshi, buy game, watch anime, discuss anime, buy doujin, play game, and so on and so on and so on and so on. And that happens throughout the whole time. They go to like 2, 3, even 4 Comic-Cons, 2 summer Comic-Cons and 2 winter Comic-Cons throughout the show. So like 2 years passes on 12 episodes. And you don't even realize. They realize time is passing because people are graduating. Yep. Because of how mundane and how repeatable it is. And then nowadays even more because more than anime is kind of like the same. It's the same isekai every single season.
Yep.
So it's no different than watching Kujibiki Ambulance for 285 times and then repeating it, then watching the same isekai over and over and over. And when you see it's been 5 years. So definitely it encapsulated more. Technically wise, show's not that good. No. It barely moves, to say the least.
Got a little bit of a stylistic upgrade, I'd say, at a certain point. Like right at the start, the show looked very bad. Got a little better over time, but God, not a lot.
It did. Music is non-existent. So yeah, a 7.
Awful. It's like 2004-ish. Yeah. I also just want to say, it's like they kind of
mixing is kind of bad.
Yeah. They kind of ignored, or they kind of skipped over some stuff as well, like in the sense of some things that they definitely did not want to touch, like the whole lolicon thing. That's they don't go into it. They don't really specifically show it. It basically just comes into two conversations
about it.
Not really. Yeah. It's the talk about like flat chest, and then it's the other like awkward little angle where it's like, look at porn game on the ground. Look at main character on the front. I'm just not going to think. I'm just going to ignore that, pretend I didn't see that kind of thing. It's like, but I understand him. It's like, that is definitely one of those things, the parts of otaku culture. It's like, there's no good way to talk about that part of otaku culture.
Yeah. Especially, technically it was legal.
It was, but even then, it's
the real shit. So it's kind of like.
But it's still one of those things where it's like, even if it was technically legal at the time, it's like, we don't really talk about that.
Yeah, they have a little conversation. There's like, oh, are they like on school? Like, are they schoolgirls?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, the one that's like, aren't they underage? It's like, they're in high school. It's like, I mean, technically, but technically not.
Yeah. Kind of skip over it.
All right, guys.
Yeah, overall, fun show.
Fun show. We're an hour in. Our next episode is my pick. And it's a show I've been wanting to watch for quite some time. It's Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei. I think that was recommended to me like 5 years ago, and finally getting around to it with the podcast. What? Huh? Who said what? Oh boy. All right. That'll do it. See you next time, everybody.